As you can see, I'm pretty bleary-eyed right now. That's because I've just got back from the cinema from watching Jurassic World. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jurassic World's main hero stars the guy from Parks and Recreation, whose name escapes me totally because it's nearly midnight now, and Jurassic World was way too long a film to see starting at 9 p.m. So for those of you who don't know, it is basically about a couple of kids who get sent off to a new version of Jurassic Park, the same Jurassic Park that was 20 years earlier overrun with dinosaurs killing everybody, and now it's a huge success. It's like a huge Disneyland with attractions and everything's working, and it's generally looking like all the wrongs of the first movie, the first park, were fixed. So, in order to make a park operate, obviously it costs a lot of money, scientists, stuff like that, so it's a very expensive business. And after 20 years, they're saying the kids aren't interested in the regular dinosaurs anymore. So every few years they have to bring out new attractions, or assets as they call them in the movie, which are basically genetically altered to make them a bit more cool, you know, to give their longer fangs or bigger claws or a bit scarier. So what the park have basically done is a new secret project called Indominus Rex, which is like a regular T-Rex, only bigger, stronger, more dangerous. So as you can imagine, if you've designed a park for families and friends to come and enjoy their time there, eating ice cream and looking at the animals, what would make that park better? Okay, a huge, effectively a huge killing machine that's been genetically engineered to be smarter, more aggressive, have camouflage, sort of chameleon style camouflage capabilities, can be not seen by infrared because it's got some sort of weird frog DNA that can change its heat signature, and a whole host of other things that you basically created the ultimate killing machine. So among all this, then you've got these kids that have been sent to the island. They get lost because they sort of get up to the usual shenanigans, and you know they're breaking the rules. And yeah, this indomitable Rex, as you can imagine, has figured out how to escape its pen by fooling the humans into opening the door. It's running riot, and Chris Pratt, that's his name, I think. He also happens to be an ex-Navy guy. I don't know how ex-Navy guy equates to dinosaur trainer, but he's trained up a bunch of T-Rexes to kind of behave a little bit like attack dogs. To cut a long story short, they can't. The sort of armed security guys of the park can't catch this monster. They all get eaten because they're kind of crap. They've got like tasers and stuff, and it's ripping them apart. So this guy goes out with the raptors to try to corral it. So basically the park's screwed at this point. You know, people are escaping and everything's catching fire and blowing up. And much like the first movie, the bad guy geneticist thing escapes. The other bad guy, which I haven't even mentioned, some military dude, he gets eaten. And the whole movie seems to be dragging on for a couple of hours. So, you know, this, as a sort of reaction video to the movie, I'd say it's a very long movie, and you don't want to see it late at night, just because it will be bored to death. Is it a bad movie? I don't know. I think if I was a kid, if I was a 12-year-old kid, I'd probably have enjoyed this movie. Any redeeming features? The special effects are pretty nice. Some of the ideas are nice. Just overall, there's just not enough substance, and it just drags on for ages. So, in conclusion, on first impression, I wouldn't think it's a great movie, but it scores quite highly on IMDB, so some people like it. Maybe after a few days, I'll have grown to appreciate its final subtleties. So, would I advise you go catch it before it leaves the cinema? No, you might as well wait for it to come on DVD. I didn't think any of the special effects were particularly enhanced by being in a cinema setting. So maybe go see it. If you've already seen it, why don't you comment? Let's see, we can discuss it. Thanks for listening.